Disney and Bob Iger have admitted defeat when it comes to Disney Plus. Now, something else I covered in another video that's much longer is how they're done with Disney Plus. It's a failure. But they're going to go a step further. Like Netflix, when they started to see subs go down and their stock go down, they decided to stop reporting on the amount of subs and viewerships. And well, Disney is going to follow in their footsteps. So Disney, much like every other outlet out there besides Netflix, which operates on a completely different model, saw Netflix's key to success in making profits by burning money and figured, hey, we can do the same thing. Netflix produces so much content, they write it all off, and they make a profit. Why don't we do the same thing? This was literally step one in them effing up and not realizing their big mistake, which at the time, you understand the business practice and what they're going for, but there's a serious lack of understanding why Netflix succeeded when everybody else is failing, which we'll cover in the next couple of sections of the video. But what happened was that Disney essentially bet everything on Disney Plus due to, at the time, Disney CEO Bob Chapek. Now, Chapek was a problem from the start. He wanted infinite growth quarter over quarter, but what he didn't realize was that infinite growth is not sustainable. And he made a crucial mistake by greenlighting so many projects and forcing this growth mandate on everybody, from Star Wars to put out $200, $300, $400 million TV series, to Disney forcing Marvel to do the same thing, when in reality, that was never going to work. Enter the Disney Plus problem and how it always lost money and it was never going to make money. You guys know what they say, and that's that hindsight is 20/20, right? And that is very true. With hindsight, we know what to look for, and we can obviously tell that this was a failed experiment. Now, at the time, nobody could see that it was going to be a failed experiment because Netflix found success with it, which again, we'll cover in the next part. But what happened was Disney didn't realize that this was always going to be a failing endeavor for them. And what I mean by that is Disney produces films and TV the same way they always have, but they don't care if those products are profitable or not, because what drives profits for them, a majority of their profits, is not the Avengers making $2.5 billion. It's the billions of dollars they make off of selling action figures and getting you to go to their Avengers theme park section, because there, it's all money that goes directly to their pocket. Out of a $20 IMAX ticket, they make $6 to $8. In a theme park, when you pay to buy some Avenger toy or do the Millennium Falcon ride, they're pocketing about 85% of that. That's why all their products exist to drive you to their theme parks. And if you want a good example of this, look at Universal. The movie Waterworld, one of my favorite films of all time, is and always has been a bomb. But you know why Universal still has the Waterworld ride and attraction? Because they make an estimated $500 to $600 million a year on the low end off the Waterworld ride or attraction, theme park section, whatever you will. So think about that for a second. Even a failure as big as that, one of the all-time biggest failures in Hollywood, is turning billions of dollars every couple of years in profit due to theme parks. It's not about the film. It's about driving consumerism surrounding your brand. And nobody knows this more than Lucasfilm and Star Wars. It is consumerism. Avatar is the same deal. They're just lucky that these films make over $2 billion, while their Avatar stuff also manages to move in theme parks. Because, as I always argued, Avatar the movie is a theme park ride. It always has been and always will be. And they know, and they're capitalizing on that. And that is the success of the Avatar brand. And not something like Indiana Jones. Because how do you franchise out and make theme park stuff out of Indy, who's mainly a draw for nostalgic older people like myself? You don't. You can't. It's a dead end. With that out of the way, let's talk about why Disney Plus failed when Netflix succeeded and what the problem actually is and what they're doing. So I said I would talk about Netflix, and this is going to be that section in part. Netflix doesn't have theme parks. They have none of that. They barely make merchandise. So when their entire business operates on spending money that they borrowed and licenses, and then they don't turn a profit, they constantly get write-offs, they constantly get incentives, and they constantly get write-downs. These write-downs then offset their numbers and their books, and they look profitable when they're really not. Hence why the stock went up rapidly, and every single analyst has been saying that stock is overestimated, but it is what it is. People know Netflix and they wanted that stock, so they pumped into it and it rose. But it's still not a profitable venture, to the point that Netflix stopped reporting subscriber numbers because their stock started to go down. Enter Disney. Bob Iger has officially confirmed that in the near future, they will no longer disclose numbers for Disney Plus. They are officially going to start hiding them. Why? Netflix does it, and they're fine. And the perception of these numbers controls the narrative. The moment they lose 5 million subscribers, it is blasted and then their stock sinks. But you can't sustain infinite growth because it's impossible. It doesn't exist. That's the myth. That's the capitalism myth, that the red line will constantly go up. They found out by overspending that that's not true. So they're going down, and now they're producing cheap shows. Instead of a $200 million Daredevil show, you get a $50 million Daredevil show that doesn't even hit Nielsen's top 10. But they don't care because it's so much cheaper. But they would care if it was a $200 million show and it didn't hit top 10. And even if it does, like She-Hulk, it doesn't matter in the long end because the series didn't make that red line go up. So they're done. They're done reporting numbers, and I don't blame them. Honestly, it's what everybody does. Microsoft used to tout 360 sales all the time. Once PS3 overtook them, and PS4 and the Xbox One launched, within a year, Microsoft stopped confirming numbers of console sales. Why? Because they were in third place. You still see Sony out there. They're reporting how many units they sold. Nintendo does. What's Microsoft doing? They're not reporting anything. They're putting out their stuff on all the competition because they lost the war and they realized reporting numbers makes them look worse. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.